The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. A prison for your mind.
Why my eyes, sir?
You've never used them before. I'm trying to free your mind, Neo. But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.
Boom! What's up, everyone? Free your mind. The Matrix as a philosophical journey to truth. I didn't say it would be easy, Neo. I just said it would be the truth. With these words, The Matrix does what few blockbusters dare. It awakens us to the uncomfortable power of philosophical inquiry. The 99 film by the Wachowskis isn't just an action movie, it's a modern allegory, a cinematic vessel for timeless questions. Questions of what is real, can we handle the truth, and are we truly free? Today, we'll explore the Matrix as a hero's journey of enlightenment, a structured path from ignorance to awakening. The path isn't only Neo's story, it's potentially ours too. Section 1. Cinema as philosophical vehicle. The Matrix proved that mainstream films can embody and transmit dense philosophical concepts in accessible and emotional ways. Most action films prioritize what happens. The Matrix really focuses on why it happens and what it means. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more, said Morpheus. The result is a story where abstract thought becomes personal, urgent, and transformational.
Right now, we're inside a computer program?
Is it really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
This isn't real.
What is real?
So, let's be honest. If the Matrix came out today, Neo would not wake up in a pod. He'd wake up late for work, emotionally numb, addicted to his phone, scrolling motivational quotes written by people who also hate Mondays. Rise and Grind, posted 11 a.m. by someone who's still living in their parents' basement and watching their mom's Netflix. And Morpheus wouldn't say, "You are the one." He'd say, "Bro, your soul has 37 unread notifications. All from apps that promised wellness and somehow made you more anxious." So let's talk about how Neo becomes free.
We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power, and it was believed that they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun. Throughout human history, we have been dependent on machines to survive. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony.
The
human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat. Combined with a form of fusion, the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields, endless fields, where human beings are no longer born. We are grown.
Why philosophers warned us about this 2,000 years ago and longer, and why half of you would probably take the Blue Pearl or Cypher steak deal and post about it on Instagram. Hashtag self-care, hashtag steak. Comments disabled. Section 2. The 7-step path to freedom. Let's examine Neo's journey in 7 distinct philosophical phases. We'll structure it into dreaming, destruction, reconstruction, self-knowledge, doubt, belief or leap of faith, and love. So, step 1 in the process of this hero's journey and the development of becoming the full character. Step 1, dreaming, aka the seed of doubt. Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real?
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
This can't
Be what? Be real?
Real. Neo starts exactly where all philosophy starts, with discomfort. Nothing is wrong, but nothing feels right.
You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
Like working at a company with unlimited vacation that quietly judges you for using it. Plato calls this the cave. People chained, watching shadows, thinking that's reality. Basically, TikTok comment sections. So in the cave, the people, in his allegory of the cave, the people are in the cave, and in the cave there's a fire, and they're staring with their backs towards the entrance, and they can only see the shadows of the outside world, and they believe that what they are seeing is real. And when somebody comes like, yo, that's only shadows of the real world, they basically crucify the person, because the person tells them an uncomfortable truth in which their whole reality and what their conception of their map of the reality turns out to be wrong, and somebody claims it's wrong. That's a problem. That's why you have everyone arguing with strangers who have anime profile pics and no last names. If we look at Descartes, Descartes asked, what if everything I perceive is an illusion? Neo doesn't know the answer yet in the Matrix, but he knows something is off. That moment when your job says we're a family and HR schedules a meeting, yeah, get you fired from your family.
Emotional.
This is important. You don't wake up because someone explains reality to you. You wake up because your reality stops convincing you. That feeling, it's not anxiety. That's your brain whispering, bro, this ain't it. This job, nah, man. Usually while Outlook is still loading. Step 2, destruction, aka the shattering of illusion. You've been living in a dream world. The red pill is not enlightenment. It's a form of symbolic violence, not the Marvel kind, the oh no, I chose this career at 19 kind. See, because truth doesn't arrive like a TED talk. It arrives like your ego getting fired, your identity collapsing, your personality revealed as a coping strategy, which explains why half of corporate culture is just trauma and business casual. So, story goes on, Neo wake ups, hairless, blind, weak, covered in goo, which is also how most people feel after reading Nietzsche for the first time, or after a company reorganization announced via email at 6:47 a.m. What? Hairless, blind, weak, covered in goo, naked, confused.
Emotional, damn it!
Philosophers warned us. Plato said the prisoner who escapes the cave is in pain. Buddhism says awakening feels like losing the self.
Oh my.
Modern therapy calls this, wow, my parents really messed me up. And now I'm paying someone $150 an hour to unpack it.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Truth hurts cause lies are comfortable, especially lies with dental plans. Step 3, reconstruction. Building a new reality. This is the construct. We can load anything.
This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from...
Now, Neo has a terrifying revelation. There are no rules. Except Texas. Those are real. Very real. Existentialists like Sartre said, you are condemned to be free. Which is philosophers speak for. No one's coming to save you, bruh. Good luck. Especially not your employer. They replaced you with AI. Nietzsche's Übermensch isn't a superhero. It's someone who says, if meaning does not exist, I will build it myself. Not outsource it to a branding agency. See, Neo stops asking, am I allowed to, and starts asking, why not? HR hates this phase. This is the phase where people become artists, entrepreneurs, spiritual weirdos, or the guy who doesn't shut up about cold showers. We all know him. He's insufferable, but somehow happy. See, freedom is exciting until you realize you are responsible for it. Suddenly, the 9 to 5 looks emotionally supportive. Step 4, self-knowledge, aka know thyself. Temet Noshe. Neo meets the oracle, and she does nothing people expect. Unlike modern apps that notify you every 4 minutes to check in with yourself, she doesn't say you are the chosen one. She says you're not ready. The same thing every startup investor says before ghosting you.
Daddy, chill.
Which is elite spiritual trolling. Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living. The oracle embodies paradox. She tells the truth without defining it, because real wisdom doesn't come with bullet points or paid newsletter. And enlightenment cannot be downloaded, it has to be lived.
Bruh.
Sorry, masterclass. Or as the oracle basically says, don't ask me who you are, go mess up a little first. Experience is that one subscription you cannot cancel. This is where fake gurus fail. They sell answers instead of self-knowledge, usually with a Lamborghini rented by the hour. And Neo learns the hardest lesson: nobody can wake up for you, especially not your life coach. Step 5, doubt, aka the crisis of belief. You have to let it all go, Neo. When Neo has to step and take the leap of faith, where he has to jump from building to the next building for the first time. Neo jumps, Neo falls. Gravity remains undefeated. Every awakening has some aspect of defeat or humiliation.
I just said it would be the truth.
Stop. Let me out. Let me out. I want out.
Easy, Neo. Easy.
Get this thing. Don't touch me. Get away from me. Stay away from me.
Character development is just embarrassment with better PR. Enter Cypher, the patron saint of I just want a normal life.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Motto, ignorance is bliss. Cypher isn't evil, he's just honest, which somehow makes him more dangerous. He wants a good steak, a fake job, a fake smile, and zero existential responsibility in his fake computer generated simulation of a world. Basically a Fortune 500 starter pack, which statistically describes most LinkedIn profiles. Thought leader, no thoughts detected. That's basically what's been going around. And philosophy's hardest question appears: would you rather know the truth or be comfortable? Freedom is optional. And many people will fight you to keep their change.
Nice.
Especially if the chains come with a 401k. Step 6, belief. Stepping into power. So this is the part where there's guns and lots of guns. Neo doesn't fully know yet, but he acts. Confidence, the one thing that corporations fake better than values. Kierkegaard calls this the leap of faith. You don't wait for certainty, you move despite doubt. Unlike corporate strategy meetings, which wait forever and still fail. Neo believes enough to fight agents, break physics, and stop asking permission. Your management also hates this too. But you see, belief alone is not enough, because belief cannot defeat death or burnout. Ask every motivational speaker who still has panic attacks at 2 a.m. right after posting hustle harder, keep going, keep grinding, haha. And then there's step 7, love, the final catalyst. See, Neo dies, but here's the twist. It's not prophecy, it's not destiny, it's not intelligence. What resurrects him is love. Something no productivity app has figured out yet. You can't be dead because I love you is what Trinity tells him. So yeah, there's clearly a Christian symbolism. Death, resurrection, truth bearer. But there's also Buddhist symbolism, ego death, dissolution of self, seeing reality for what it is and not just samsara.
Yeah, boy.
Neo doesn't win by domination, he wins by transcendence, which is why this would be never approved by a board of directors. He sees the Matrix as code, which is then philosophy's final move, not rejecting the world, but seeing through it. HR calls this lack of alignment in the company. And then we get the final integration, the full map to freedom. Because the final integration, to understand that, you need to understand the Matrix is not about computers. It's about illusion, linked to Plato, Cartesian doubt or Cartesian dualism, linked to the French philosopher René Descartes, which he writes about in his meditations. You know, it's linked to will. Friedrich Nietzsche has many writings about that. It's linked to faith, the leap of faith, which the philosopher Kierkegaard talks about. It's linked to awakening, which links to Buddhism. It links to love, the thing philosophy struggles to explain, and it's rooted in Christian symbolism. And all of these things corporations try to replace with team building exercises. See, the 7 steps are not a movie arc. They are a human pattern. The pattern is as follows: doubt the dream, destroy the illusion, rebuild meaning, know thyself, face doubt, act anyway, and transcend through love. And the uncomfortable truth, most people stop at step 2. They call it trauma and start a podcast. Episode 1, why everyone else is the problem. See, freedom isn't popular. Freedom is lonely. It's terrifying. It's unpaid, which is why no company is hiring for it. But once you see the code, you cannot unsee it. And suddenly the quarterly goals look imaginary. And that's why Morpheus never chases people. He waits. Because if you're ready, you're already looking for him. While everyone else is up dating their LinkedIn headline. So in the next part, I'm gonna look into the original philosophical ideas, what the philosophers, when, in what major work the idea was published, so that you understand the depth, the nuts and bolts of the philosophy of the Matrix as a path to freedom and becoming and reaching the privilege of becoming the person you were meant to be. Check it out in the next one. Peace.
I'm just about to go to bed. I know we couldn't Skype tonight, but that's alright. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.